It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. And a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. Wherever you are, whatever day it is, whatever time it is, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Um, I came out to journal, to set some goals, to get some stuff out of my head and onto paper. And sometimes when I'm inside, when I'm in the house, either I'm just feeling like really like lackadaisical, like I just want to be on chill and I don't really feel inspired to like do things. I just want to be like a little kitty cat, kind of being lazy and curled up in the sun spot and so on and so forth. So I was like, I really need to get out and write. I need to change my scenery, my location, so that I can feel inspired. It's after 6 p.m. The coffee shop closed at 6. The library closed at 6. And in this small town, there's not a lot of places that I can go to like be in an energy like cafe style. So I just decided to come out on the square. Yes, I brought my planner, my pens, and my notebook. And I've been writing a little bit, and I was like, well, I'm doing this. Let me go ahead and go live, tune in with my peeps, my tribe, my fam. Look at my tongue. I've been sipping on this slushy. I usually do watermelon. This one is strawberry banana. And I was like, let me try a different flavor today, because I always go in and go to the pink. I don't know if it's because it's pink. I like the flavor of it, but today I was like, let me try something new or different. And then I'm like, oh, my tongue's gonna be all red. Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I reciprocate the energy, the love, the support. When am I going back to Florida? That's a great question. I actually was thinking about that today. I got an opportunity for a casting for a short film for skating. And I was like, dang, I really would like to go. But then I feel like it's going to take more for me to get there. I won't say that it's actually worth. I feel like it's worth it. It's just I have to make more moves now to be able to make it happen. I'm trying to decide. Plus, all my stuff is still in storage in Florida, and I'm really trying to decide, like, am I gonna be staying in Mississippi? Do I feel like I'm gonna be traveling some more? Do I see myself going back to Florida? What is the deal? What's the update? What's the next step? The next level? Honestly, I don't feel like I have those answers yet. I feel like I'm still downloading. I'm still receiving downloads. So rather than rush beyond that, I'm just taking it day by day, step by step, breath by breath, and trusting that everything will continue to be revealed to me in divine timing. As long as I align with what I know I desire, that's all that I can ask of myself. So that's where I'm at with it all. But yeah, of course, I wanted to go live with you all. So today, what I was actually working on, writing down, is a content schedule, because I've been I haven't had a schedule. I haven't had a routine. And if I've been able to create and manifest and experience all the things that I have without a schedule, without a routine, just imagine once I actually am consistent. Like when I show up online, I'm consistent in the ways that I show up. The energy, the message, the vibe. So I feel like there's brand consistency. But as far as when will I go live? How often will I go live? How often do I post or schedule posts? I haven't been that committed to the social media and content creator lifestyle. I'm not even gonna front. But it is something that I desire to make more integrated. It is something I desire to integrate more into my reality. And so that requires me to show up in alignment with that. definitely gonna boot you from the chat. Hide from the chat. And we can even, let's see if I can actually remove you altogether. Put user in timeout. No, that's not enough. Let me see. Oh, I can just hide you from the channel, period. True. I could make more money by being more consistent. And that's the beautiful thing, because I've been an entrepreneur since 2014. I quit the last job I will ever work at the end of October in 2014. And I haven't had to work. I've still had to do things to make money. Like I had a yoga studio, I had a fitness studio here in Mississippi. When I moved to Florida, I was a full-time wellness practitioner offering services, teaching classes, which is great and wonderful, but that's still dependent on me showing up physically in the world in order to, I don't like the term make money, because money's already made. And money itself is made up. Our truest currency is our energy, it's our time, it's our attention. So I'm in a season in my life where I'm really intentional about how I choose to align with money, with currency. I feel like I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. And if that's the case, without discipline, there is no freedom. So if I really want to live the free lifestyle that I desire, it requires me to be disciplined, be devoted in creating structure, an outline, a blueprint, so that I can reach my goals. They say a goal, a vision without a plan is just a dream. And I was like, ooh, okay, I need a plan. Just like if I'm gonna put an address on my GPS, if there's a desired destination that I have, I could just try to make it there my own way without any type of guidance. Or I could type in the address and allow MapQuest or Google Maps or whoever, Waze, to produce a route or a few different routes that I can take. And that lets me follow those steps without just winging it or just overall minimizing the stress, the overhead, the overload, and just realizing like I'm always right where I need to be, and just take my time to pace myself to reach my goals. There's no rush. Life is a marathon, it's not a race. So the best thing I can do is pace myself and just keep going, keep moving forward. That's all I can ask of myself. And so now, being in this stage of my life, I realize it's up to me. It's up to me to set the pace. It's up to me to inspire myself. It's up to me to have a vision and then create steps to reach that vision. I am the one that I've been waiting for. Yes, it would be wonderful to have a team, a partner, and a support system that allows me just to show up and do the things that I like and love to do, and everything else is done for me. But that isn't my reality as of yet. So it's up to me to align with what I desire. But I do feel like soon I will have a team. I'll have a social media team, I'll have a branding team, I'll have PR. I really won't have to do much other than show up. And I'm really looking forward to it. So y'all remember that I'm saying this. Remember that you were here in the beginning before it even was a thing. But if you know me and if you've been a part of my journey, which I know there's at least one person that's been a part of my journey since 2014, 2015, you know that when I put my mind to something, it doesn't take long before it manifests, before it becomes reality. So, mark my words. Yes, faith without work is dead. Exactly. Hello, hello. You should integrate me into your reality. Smooth. I appreciate y'all. So let me show you the dress that I'm wearing for today. It really is, it's a nice day. It's just humid, like really, really humid. Hold on, I want the sun. There's a little sun here. Oh look, I've already been sweating a little from sitting. So I came out, got my journals, got my notebooks. This square has like a little gazebo. As you can see, the town is buzzing behind me. Pretty. But I am really, y'all, my first yoga studio, which it's behind the street, you can't see, but there's a building. That used to be Live Love Yoga when it was a brick and mortar space that I operated from 2016 to 2015 to 2018. 2016 to 2018. I started teaching in 2015. I didn't get the studio until 2016. And that was my first like step into entrepreneurship. And I was like, actually, I can do something that I love every day. Yeah, I'd much rather that, because I was working at 16. I was working 2 jobs. I was in the military. I was double enrolled in college. Like I had always had a lot on my plate. Overachiever, type A, real linear. Like, oh, this makes this much money. This makes this much money. Let me just go and do the things because it makes money. And I just got to the point where it felt like I was committing spiritual suicide. The last job I was ever working was overnight at an ammunition factory. And I was a quality assurance tech. I was like the youngest one that worked there. And I was really making a lot of money, like the most money I had ever made. I had unlimited overtime, I had full benefits, all the perks, all the bells and whistles. What I didn't have was peace of mind. What I didn't have was time to myself. What I didn't have was health and balance of work and life. It wasn't worth it. And so it's like when I was going to clock in, it's like my spirit, my soul, my inner child was like, please don't make me go. Please, I don't wanna. And I don't know if you've ever been a kid where you really didn't want to go somewhere or do something, and the adults just like, you'll be all right, come on, get over it, and made you go. I don't ever want to be that type of parent to my children, if I ever have children, or to myself. Like, as an adult, it's up to me to reparent myself. And I want to have a healthy relationship, to acknowledge what my no's are and to honor what my yes is. And sometimes we don't do that. We tell ourselves we have to do something because it's the only way to. And it's like, no, that's not true. That's a scarcity mindset. That's a lack mindset. The universe that we live in is abundant. If you look around you, the trees are always blooming, the wind is always blowing, the ants and animals and insects are always stirring. Like, if you put something in the soil, especially down here in Mississippi, it's going to grow, it's going to fertilize. So there's never lack. The only lack is in our mind. And so 2014 was an opportunity for me to really just press pause. I had never considered what fulfills me. What am I passionate about? What do I like to do? What do I love to do? What do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? I'm good at whatever I put my mind to, but what am I good at naturally without having to learn it or be taught? To thy own self be true. Amen. Exactly. It's time to take your time. Yes. Thank you. But exactly that, realizing like your life is your own. Oh, phone was in my shadow. Your life is your own. And you don't have to live a life according to someone else's expectations. You don't have to live your life according to anyone else's ideas or beliefs or desires. Your life is your own. And it just was an opportunity for me to really take my life, take the reins of my life into my own hand and decide, what do I want to do? What do I feel guided to do? And so, yeah, at that time, it was just interesting. I quit the last job I would ever work. The next month, I started practicing yoga. My partner at the time had gifted me an unlimited membership to a yoga studio, and I just started going like every day, like really every day, all day. Like I was going to 5:30 a.m. Rise and Shine yoga. Then I would go home, and then I would come back for like the 8 a.m. yoga, and I might take the 10 a.m. or the noon yoga. Then I'd be done with yoga for the day, and I'd go home and carry on. But that much yoga, it was like a purifying experience. And it helped me to become more connected to myself, to my breath, and realize like I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am the witness, I am the operator, I am the observer. And that changed my life as well. So then 6 months after I started practicing yoga, I was going to yoga teacher training. And then 4 weeks later, I was certified yoga instructor. I came back and I started teaching yoga. I came back in August. I started teaching in October. And I've just been teaching yoga ever since then. 1 year after I completed yoga teacher training, I signed the lease for the building that was the house, the home of Live Love Yoga. And I operated out of that for a few years until I closed it before moving to Florida. So it's just been an interesting journey that I might not have ever experienced if I didn't decide to answer the call within. If I didn't decide to really listen to that intuition and that small voice inside of me. And I think we all have a voice that's guiding us that is a whisper. It's smaller than the voice of the mind, which is loud and obnoxious and fear-based. It's a smaller voice that's a little beneath the surface that you have to kind of get quiet to hear. And that's one thing I love about yoga. It allowed me the time and space to slow down and to tune in. Because we don't realize how distracted we are from our devices, from our jobs, from our relationships, from our connections to people, places, and things. How often are you with yourself without distractions? How often are you in your own presence fully? Not on the phone, not on the TV, not listening to music, not doing something, just being with you. Yoga was the first time that I was ever with myself so intimately. Yoga was the first time that I was able to be with me in that way. So it was just interesting. And yeah, that's crazy to think. 2024, that means that was 10 years ago. So in October of this year is gonna mark 10 years that I've been unemployable. That's what I call it, unemployable. You couldn't employ me if you wanted to. I'm really particular about who I work with, not for, work with, if our visions align. And that doesn't just mean professionally, that means personally. Like, I've grown so much that I have requirements, I have standards, I have boundaries, and this has come from me putting in the work, the practice of learning myself. And yeah, that's not easy, but when you're someone who's done the work, you're not just gonna be around anybody doing just anything. That's all I'm saying. Yes, that small voice is the voice of God in our spirit. I agree. God, the Most High, your higher self. I agree. Thank you, thank you. But I just really wanted to hop on and go live with y'all for a minute. It's been about 20 minutes, 18 minutes and 50 seconds to be exact. I'm gonna journal just a little bit more. I'm coming up with my content schedule formula and just deciding, like, all right, if my goal is to create a content schedule, what are the pieces that I need? If my goal is to make homemade pancakes, what are the ingredients that I need? So basically like that, breaking it down to what I know I need and then actually creating the schedule based on that. So y'all stay tuned. We just hit 10K. When I say we, I mean me, but I also mean you and me and we, because we are divine reflections. But I also know if I wouldn't have just started, I wouldn't be where I am now. Whether it was 10 years ago, 10 months ago, which 10 months ago was when I started my YouTube journey, and to hit 10K in 10 months, I'm just like, wow. Without even trying. So imagine when I actually start trying. No, I don't like trying. To reach that goal without even having a plan of doing so is amazing. So imagine what happens when I actually plan and intend for it to happen. That's all I'm saying. that's all I got for you today. Remember, your mentality becomes your reality. Thoughts become things. As you think, so you become. As above, so below. As within, so without. Homemade pancakes is easy. You got it. Thank you. I do have a wonderful homemade pancake recipe, vegan 100% that I created myself, and it is simple. I wasn't saying I needed a recipe. I was just saying it as a reference, as a metaphor. But I do appreciate you for having that belief in me. Did you finish your arts and crafts? I did. I finished my vision board. Was that yes? Yeah, that was yesterday. I did. Live More 24. I finished it. I hung it up, and it was good in my space. I want to remind you guys the importance of writing things down. I think I was listening to a video by Dr. Joe Dispenza today, and it was basically him saying that 80% of people don't write things down. 80% of people don't even realize that they're unconscious to their unconscious thoughts. Only like 20% of people actually write down their desires, their goals, their feelings. Only 20% of people actually tap into the quantum field or the quantum level of experiencing life, which is very interesting. So I'll ask you, are you in that 80% or are you in the 20%? Did you know that only 1% of the world holds the wealth of the world? 1%. But when you realize that health is the true wealth, and the root word of health is heal, and when you align your intention with healing, with health, with love, with peace, your life experience changes. When you're doing stuff just for the outcome, when you're doing stuff just for money or just for attention or just to get by, you're going to have to continuously be in that cycle to continue to get something from it. But when you realize that you being is enough for you to receive, it changes the way that you show up in your life and in relationship to yourself and to others. I'm in between. I don't write down everything because I can write in my brain in the midst of meditation. Well, I will say this. The mind and the brain are two different things. The brain is the organ, the mind is the function. So it's like the brain is the computer, the mind is the computer program. Sometimes we don't realize that the program that we're running in our mind isn't 100% beneficial to the computer. So the mind functions in a way that isn't always beneficial to the brain. And sometimes it's good to, just like if your phone storage is full, you have to either upload some of that content to a different type of storage device, or you have to delete it. That's the same thing with writing down. Get it out of the mind so it exists beyond yourself and it makes it more real. But if you only keep it in your mind, that's usually as far as it goes. So just writing it down makes it more real. Think about it. You're taking a vision, a thought, and you're putting pen to paper or pencil to paper and actually bringing it to life. You're birthing it, you're planting a seed. And then what you do with it is up to you from there. But I love you all so much. It's been about 25 minutes now. I have to finish writing while I still got some sunlight. Thank you for tuning in. I'm really just grateful. I'm grateful that my past self has made the decisions that she's made that have gotten us this far. I'm grateful for my present self and the choices and decisions and actions that I'm making and taking in this moment. And I'm grateful for my future self, knowing that she will reap the benefits of all the things that I'm doing today and all the things that I've done. And just remind yourself that your experience of life is not just linear. It's not just here. It's up and down and in and out and forward and backwards. So make the most out of it. Okay? I love y'all so much. Until next time, peace and love.